What's the most important attribute or aspect of fighting, to be a good MMA fighter? Well, it's MMA. You got to be good at everything. But I would say the one dominant thing, and I tell everybody, is it's like anybody goes into jiu-jitsu or wrestling or any of those sports, even any of the striking things. It's about position. Everybody says about position, submission. Position over submission, position over submission. What good is it to do a flying? Let's say you're the best flying triangle guy in the world. You freaking pull it out of your butt. You can flying triangle somebody standing on your head. You're like that good. And well, if you're mounted the whole time, how are you supposed to do that? Or if you're the best ground guy in the world and you can't take the guy down, what good is that, Or if you're a stand-up guy, you're the best stand-up guy in the world. You freaking knock everybody out. You're like, and they fall over. Well, if you can't stay on your feet, then there's no good in that. So I tell everybody wrestling is probably the most important thing to start out with and to comprehend and understand. But as you do wrestling, you always got to be doing everything with it. You got to wrestle with striking. And get more complete there. And it's not just freestyle wrestling. A lot of our fighting, if you look at it, in percentages, I think 80%, 90% of the time, we're fighting in a clinch position, chest to chest, over, under. You don't see a lot of people now taking shots like they did before. It's more, everything's from clinch, everything's from a tied up position. So understanding your Greco-Roman wrestling, understanding your judo, understanding your freestyle wrestling, anything wrestling related, I think translates beautifully into MMA, because you can just build off of that. And if you don't know any jiu-jitsu, it helps prepare you for the jiu-jitsu aspect of it. So I'd say wrestling would be the most important thing to know going into it, but then training everything along with it as you're picking that up, striking with your wrestling. Because doing wrestling by itself, great. But do wrestling while someone's going to knee you in the face or punch you in the belly or face or whatever, it changes things. Just as in jiu-jitsu, if you go for an armbar, yeah, go for an armbar, woohoo. Go for a triangle, woohoo. Go for a leg, woohoo. But now go for it with someone punching you in the face or elbowing you. The stakes totally change, So just mixing it all together, focusing on your wrestling, and then everything at the same time after that. You gotta work everything.